brakes and braking. Braking is deceptively simple, especially if you're like me and you came from a recreational riding background on roads and bike paths. You pull the lever and you slow down and you think everything's working great, and it might be working okay, but for dryland mushing, braking is actually one of the most important, most nuanced things you can do. So today what we're going to talk about is handlebar setup, and you might notice that I have each of my levers set up differently. I'm going to bring you around behind the bars here, and we're going to talk about how you can use the multi-tool that you should already have to carry with you on every run to adjust your handlebars and levers for your hands so that you can get the best braking possible. Alright, so I've got you around behind the bars now, and I just want you to take a look at how my levers are. Heck, you can't even see that one because it's tilted down so much on the left hand there. My right hand is adjusted properly for me for one finger braking and continuous brake coverage. So what that means, if you haven't heard of it before, which I didn't till years into mushing, is it means that this index finger is always resting on this brake lever. There's no more panic braking and going, oh, I see a rabbit. Oh no, I have to get my fingers out to the brake lever and then I can start braking. No, your finger is always there, so you're not going to panic and over brake and have things end up jerky because you were worried about getting to the brake lever on time to help slow things down for an obstacle or, you know, a critter chase. And so this side over here on my left hand is probably what your brake levers looked like, either new or used, when you got your scooter or your bike. Slammed right up to the collar of the grip, so that when you're holding it in the middle here, you have to reach your hand way out and you're like grabbing 2, 3, all of your fingers to brake with. And the big problem with that is that if you're going back and forth, like I said, you've got that delay in being able to start stopping. And also, I was not aware, and many aren't aware, that there is a little screw way down over here, and I'll get you a picture of that will hopefully show up better too. That adjusts how far away from the handlebars this lever is. So if your hands are smaller, you can adjust it in, and it'll be much more comfortable and easier for you to reach. Because really, when you're using a scooter especially, you need to keep in mind that if you're off the scooter and running, you still need to be able to reach that brake lever. Because if your dog takes off and there's no weight on the scooter and you can't immediately start braking, it's gonna get sketchy fast. So we're just going to go through how you set up your brake to be the proper distance away from your grip so that your finger rests comfortably where it needs to. And you can use any multi-tool that just has all the tools that spread out from it. Today I'm going to go ahead and show you with the full-size tools, just so that it's a little less fumbling around with the whole set of it. So first, what you want to do, and this is not bad at all, you can do it, I promise. It's like setting up coffee table from a box store. You're going to loosen off the lever. Sorry about the cicadas, it's that time of year here. And you're just going to wiggle it along. And here, I know where I like mine already, so I'm going to compare to the other one that I already have set up. That looks good. So now I'm going to look at, when you do it, you're going to want to check, put your hand on the grip where you'd naturally put it, stick one finger out. Even if it's not, the reach is not adjusted yet, your finger should go right towards that little hook at the end of the lever, because that's where you have the most leverage. It's the easiest to pull. so you get all the power you need from just one finger. So there's that. Okay, now I'm also trying to check that I have the tilt the same on my levers. This one needs to come up just a little. Okay, that looks about right. So I'm going to tighten this one off. Don't do it too tight right away, because you may want to make some adjustments once you get the reach dialed in. There's that. So now I'm going to do the reach. You want your finger to be comfortable. See, it just barely reaches here. That's not close enough for me. So I'm going to put that in there, and you can see the lever just dials right in. As I was saying earlier about getting on and off the scooter, if you've got a big hill you're helping to run up, or if there's some short but big obstacle and you're getting on and off, I like to make sure that I have the brake lever reach set even just a little bit closer than I would if it were for my bike that I ride solo, because that way I'm not, you know, struggling to just barely get a grip on it if a situation arises while I'm off the scooter, and I can just react that much faster. You can always adjust it more later if you need to, especially if you've kept that multi-tool with you on your ride. Things come up, you just pop it open while your dog's having a water break, and you fix it, and away you go, and test how that feels. So there we go. That feels pretty good. So, one thing we're going to address before we're done with this video is that some people are probably thinking, oh my goodness, there is no way that I can stop my dog or dogs if I don't have at least 2 fingers on the brake levers. But the thing is, with brakes that are even close to modern, if you can't pull with 1 finger and completely lock up the brakes at the beginning of a ride when your fingers are fresh, then that's an issue with the type of brakes or how you have them set up, because they really should be powerful enough if set up correctly. So I'm going to do some other videos in this series too, and we're just going to talk about things you can do if you're finding that even at the beginning of a ride when you're fresh, it's really hard to pull hard enough on the brake levers to stop hard and fast when you need to, because there's probably some things you can do about that that don't necessarily need to involve spending a lot of money on different types of brakes. So we'll cover that later too. And one other thing to consider, and this part might not be free if you're not able to do the adjustment yourself, but once you have your reach set on your brakes, if you go in or out significantly, that's going to be as if you were pulling or letting further out on the brake lever, and that's going to have an effect on cable actuated brakes that have the wire cable running through them to actuate the brakes. If you're not ready to go DIY on adjusting the brakes, and you've adjusted the reach enough to where your brakes are either dragging all the time or they're not locking down all the way to fully lock up anymore, just take it down to your shop. Let them know that that's what happened, is that you adjusted the reach and your cable brakes just need the tension looked at a little bit, and they can do that really quickly and easily for you.